JJJinks!
Truck stop!
So we're down in Florida and it's time for some movie trivia. So the movie that I chose to quiz him on is called Camp Nowhere, which came out in the 90s, and it is kind of an unknown or a not very well remembered movie, but I remember it very well because there was one weekend in particular. There was couple of weeks where I was working at a summer camp, and I was like, I might as well just stay at the summer camp on the weekend in between camps, just kind of on my own, chilling, and like everybody was okay with that. And they were like, well, we'll have to get you some like food, and what are you gonna do with yourself the whole time? I'm like, I don't know. So like, well, rent you a couple of movies, I guess. So we went to a Blockbuster. I'm like, oh, Camp Nowhere. That now I can finally watch it. And I watched it in a giant empty lodge all by myself. And so that's why I remember this movie fondly.
I like that. Well, I will be quizzing you about a film called Little Monsters. 1989, Alan Mandel, Fred Savage. Won't go further because of trivia reasons, but a wonderful film about what if there is an underworld beneath us full of monsters, and the ensuing consequences with a twist of Home Alone. Excellent film.
Just to be clear, Howie Mandel plays a monster. He's not a monster.
It's hard to tell the difference.
Yeah. How do we want to decide who goes first?
You go first.
I will go first. In the computer camp, which city gets nuked?
Minneapolis. Milwaukee. But Grandma lives in Milwaukee. Milwaukee!
This is the scene at the end. Boy. I don't know. I hate to start that way, but I don't know.
Yeah. It's because that's where Grandma lives.
No. That's when the girls are playing the video game. You're talking about at the camp at the end. No. When the girls are playing the video game, they go to Milwaukee.
Okay.
Milwaukee.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going off of the questions. I didn't give myself like in this scene. This happens.
No. But the girls bomb Milwaukee because that's where grandmother lives.
Okay, that is correct.
Very good. Redeem myself.
Very good. Why can't Van Welker own a microwave?
Oh, God. I remember it's funny, too. Pacemaker. Cat's got a pacemaker.
His cat has a pacemaker. What year did he purchase his Gremlin?
1979.
Correct.
1979, Dennis Van Welker bought a Caribbean yellow Gremlin from Rasmussen's AMC Jeep. And
how many payments did he make on it?
He made...
signed a contract for 48 equal payments of $121.43. He made 5. We're still looking for the other 43.
5. 4. I can't remember.
5.
5!
That's the correct answer.
Thank you.
5 out of 48. Why did Van Welker get fired from his job as a drama teacher?
Because he tried to make Silence of the Lambs as a musical?
Correct. What were the 4 events in the Rain Olympics?
Let the games begin!
There was...
First event, synchronized swimming. Second event, Greco-Roman wrestling. Oh, one bobsledding team.
Greco-Roman wrestling. Bobsled. I don't remember the other two.
Okay. So I'll give you the bobsledding one, even though he announces it as mud bobsledding. There was Greco-Roman wrestling, synchronized swimming.
Okay.
And then the last one's kind of
Is that when it just says mud
in
the mud?
the mud. And for the final event, mud in the mud.
Final event, mud in the mud.
After Van Wilker bails out the kids from trying to buy beer, where did they go to evade the police?
They went to Wigwam.
Wigwam wash and go?
What are we doing at a car wash?
This will never work.
Haven't you ever heard of a clean getaway?
The Wigwam wash and go. On Van Welker's Gremlin, there is a bumper sticker. What does it say?
I have no idea.
I break for auditions.
Now that you read it, now that you say it, I do remember that, and I thought it was funny.
What distance did Mud's parents travel to Parents Weekend?
God damn it. 89 miles? No, he says a decimal point, right? 71.3. That's what's popping in my head.
82.5 miles. After the kids are all caught, and the police begin questioning the parents, what question does the cop ask the nerd parents?
How much weight did your son actually lose?
How much weight did your son actually lose?
Yes, correct. I thought that made me laugh, and I was like, I gotta write that down. So, the guy who's trying to collect the Gremlin payments, Mr. T.R. Polk, after completing this job, where does he plan to retire to?
Boca.
Correct. Boca.
You're ever in Boca, don't look me up. I'll do that.
You're ever in Boca, don't look me up.
I'll do that.
In the September issue of Galactic Gladiator, who does he fight?
Galactic Gladiator?
September issue. Yeah, he battles the Jupiter Squad.
Cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
I don't remember. It's at the very end of the movie.
The Jupiter Squad. And finally, when Betty fakes out skinny dipping, what is the black kid floating on in the lake?
What is the black kid floating on? His name was Walter, first of all.
Yeah, I was high when I wrote these. So.
I was high when I watched it. I don't fucking remember.
A red alligator.
Do you have the guts?
You did very, very well. I was going to ask, name all the different summer camps they did. Or,
I tried to memorize the obvious things like that. Apparently I missed some, like how many miles to the camp. That was a good one.
Yeah. There were some other ones that I thought of after the fact, and then I was like, I don't want to bother trying to write it down.
I was ready for
Going from memory?
what was his name when he was in this camp?
Right.
Mr. Wozniak, Cy Flurm,
Alphonse, something. Yeah, I was going to name as many of his personas as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was trying to convince the parents that wanted to send their kid to fat camp, it's like, what did he put in the cake?
Mm-hmm. It was liver paste or something.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck that is. It's some gross boomer shit. That's what that is. My generation's not eating liver paste for fucking anything.
I didn't even think that was a thing. Maybe it wasn't. I just made it up.
I think it was a thing.
And yeah, we kind of had a short text discussion earlier that like the entire reason why this movie is memorable at all is because of one actor in it, basically.
Christopher Lloyd. Yeah.
And nothing else.
And there's not even any like, oh, but this movie introduced us to this actor, really. The closest thing is technically it was Jessica Alba's first movie. Okay.
Something has to be.
That's correct. And then the actor that played Mud has gone on to have a very lucrative and successful career in soap operas. He was on like 300 episodes of some soap opera I've never heard of.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, did you know that before, well, let me rephrase that. When they were advertising the movie previews, in those TV run previews, there was a scene that was actually deleted. So that they showed a deleted scene in the preview.
What was the deleted scene?
There was a scene where one morning there's like a group of the kids making breakfast for everybody, and they're doing like, it's basically like an omelet bar, and they had like one or two of the kids cooking everybody's food. You just tell me what you want. It's a custom, whatever you want. And one kid wanted a popcorn omelet, and the popcorn omelet inflated like a balloon and exploded.
What kind of omelet is that? Popcorn.
Breakfast of champions. Kids rule.
Might have been a good cut.
I think so. It's a little bit fantastic.
It's too much.